In this first problem, we're being asked to identify the range of the function. The range is going to be our minimum y value and our maximum y value. So we are looking here. It's going to be our maximum, and this is going to be our minimum. Right? So our range is going to be the bottom, then the top. We've identified that minimum and that maximum. I can see 3 of them have 0 for a minimum, but only one of them has 576 for maximum. So the answer choice 4 would be correct here. Question number 2 is asking us to do the composition of two functions. We are taking the value -2 and using it as an input to the function g. That's the first step. When we evaluate this, we end up with -4 plus 11, which is 7. So if we know that g of -2, is 7, that means that we can replace this whole thing here with that value, 7. So we just have to evaluate the function f at 7. F is taking the opposite of the input value squared and then adding 6. So while 7 squared is 49, we're taking the opposite of that. So -49 plus 6 is going to give us -43, which is answer choice 3. We're just going to make sure that we work from the inside out here. Question choice 3. As long as we understand the function notation, what this here is giving us, we should be able to solve this equation. So we want to know which of the values solves the equation f of x equals 10. So clearly we're not being given a value of x. So what are we being given? We have to recall that function notation f of x is just our value of y. So they're asking us in this question to find the value of x when y equals 10. So I have this definition of the function. I just replace f of x with 10 as this statement explains, and I'm going to be able to solve this equation. I just need to get x by itself. So both sides are simplified. I get the term with the variable by itself. I have that 4 equals -1/2 x. Now to get the variable by itself, I want to undo that multiplication by -1/2 by dividing by -1/2. But in order to divide by a fraction, we must multiply by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of -1/2 is -2/1. -2/1 times 4 is -8. We have x is -8, which is fortunately answer choice number 3. Moving right along to number 4. Here we have the function f and the function g. And the function g is defined by the graph. And we're asked to evaluate the composition of these functions. Now the inside function g is represented by the graph. That's where the number is. So that's what we need to evaluate first. So we need to go on this graph where x equals 2. That is right along this vertical line. This point right here is where x equals 2. That's the coordinate pair. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. So g of 2 equals 4. Now that I know what g of 2 is, I can replace this with that value and evaluate the function f. So since g of 2 is 4, I want to now find out what f of 4 is. This function takes the input and squares it, and then adds 2. 16 plus 2, or 18, which is answer choice number 1.